morning, everybody. How are you? It is 7:23 here in Australia. I'm just about to go to Pilates. And listen, I have been wanting to hop on all week, and I have recorded multiple videos, like multiple, and none of them felt quite right, and none of them felt, I don't know, none of them felt they just didn't feel right, and I didn't post any of them. And I went, okay, so here's what's going to happen. You have to go live, Jen. And then if you go live, you'll just do it and you'll get it out there. So that's why I'm live. Anyway, live on a Friday morning. So I've got quite a few things that I want to talk about. I have no notes, so you'll have to bear with me. But all of you who watched my reading on Monday will know that our kind of main overarching theme for the week was the Underworld, okay? And boy, did it show up over here, like big time. It was like, oh, you haven't seen anything yet. And I have been on a week of, being pushed and pulled in many different directions with regard to the current situation that we are here in New South Wales and in the world, which is we are all being restricted and we are all restricted in how we're living our lives. We have all got the fear of death probably 2 inches away from our face. And many of us also have got, years, not just, the odd here and there, but years of sort of looking at governments, looking at, healthcare systems, looking at, everything that's related to that system. And there has been a lack of integrity seen and noticed there. And that has meant that there are people who are questioning it because there is a lack of integrity in it. And there has been a lack of integrity within our governments and also within our health service and within our pharmaceutical industry. We all know that. We've seen that. And there is also, this sort of fear of death, of wanting to do the right thing, of, just following orders, complying, that also exists in that, we just want to get our lives back on track. That exists in another paradigm. So there are these we're currently in this situation where we kind of have these two camps. And let me tell you, you can go into either camp and find information and research at the moment, and then you can fact check it and find that it has been refuted. Okay, so at the moment, it's really hard to tell what the hell is going on in the world, okay? It's very, very confusing. We're getting orders to do something, and then something comes out and we go, oh, hang on, is that right? And, there's just lots of conflicting information out there. It's very confusing, okay? And this morning, and so this week I have been, doing, I do what I always do. I have a very strong kind of spiritual practice where I always come back to my essence, my soul space, okay? And I spend my time there, because if I was to spend any more time out there, I'd be down many rabbit holes and I would be in fear, and fear does not serve me apart from when, I'm in a situation where I have to respond like that too. Do you know what I mean? So I picked some cards this morning, and they're from my own personal Soul Collage deck, okay? And a Soul Collage, if you've never heard of Soul Collage, it's a beautiful practice involving magazines and scissors and glue, and you create these images which really speak to your soul. I'm just having a, hopefully I'm back. Okay, I'm back on. So I started doing this about 3 years ago, and I found it really, really helpful. And you find lots of aspects of yourself. It's so powerful. And you always start with when you've done your card, afterwards you ask the card, I am one who is, and it tells you this sort of aspect of itself. Anyway, these are the cards that I picked this morning, and I just thought I would share them with you, okay? Because if ever we need to have a robust, spiritual practice, it's right now, okay? To hold our centers, to hold on to our integrity, to be really clear about who we are beyond our identities, beyond our roles, beyond how we look and all of that. We need to hold on to what they call our soul essence. Now, this is my soul essence card, okay? And it literally just says soul essence, okay? And do you know what was on top of my soul essence card this morning? Literally stuck to it, like that, was Shiel Nagig. Now, Shiel Nagigs used to be put in front of churches, very ancient churches, as a form of protection, to protect the church, okay, from evil spirits and all the rest of it. I painted her, oh God, when did I paint her? 2016 maybe, and I still have her. She's actually behind me now, but I painted her, and this was the invitation for my 50th birthday. And to find her over my soul essence like that this morning, I didn't even know she was in my deck of cards. I was like, okay, we really do need some protection. So that was the first card I picked, okay? Protecting your soul, okay? Have a strong spiritual practice. Have an altar that you come to. Light a candle. Say a few prayers for humanity, for the people that you love. If you have a spiritual practice that's aligned with a religion and it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then do something that works for you. Meditation, whatever it is, protect your soul essence, okay? The second card that I picked was this, okay? All right, and when I asked this card what it was back then, it came from Clarissa Pinkola Estes, okay, her kind of community of thinking. And if you don't know her, she's a woman that wrote The Woman Who Run with Wolves, okay? It's about that wild, untamed part of ourselves, okay? And she, in my Soul Collage deck, is Kotliche. I think that's how you say it. I don't speak Spanish very well. I know a little bit of Spanish, but I think it's Kotliche. And she is the protectress of the female outsider, okay? So if your views are differing to the dominant paradigm right now, she is here. Let me tell you, she is here. She is here saying, just believe what you believe, okay? Just trust your own inner guidance. There's a lot of information out there at the moment. Keep tuning in and trusting your wild self that's going, there's something just not quite right here. I don't know what it is. There's something just in my gut. Just listen to it, foster it, protect it, okay? Because that is your guiding system right now. Because we are in a storm, okay? And we need that internal compass to guide us, okay? Foster it, nurture it, protect it. The last one, okay, that I pulled from my Soul Collage card is this one, okay? It's all the National Geographics and a soldier in front of it. And this one is, I am one who protects you from editing yourself or playing small. This is not, well, this is not a time to kind of retreat. It's a time to really find your voice and speak it, because we all need to hear everybody's experiences, because that's how, at the moment, I am having lots of conversations with my girlfriends, and they are all very robust. Some of us have very, I had a conversation with a girlfriend this week. We have very different opinions, but we both respect each other and our decisions, because at the end of the day, it's not about what everybody's doing on their path and what they're choosing to do. It's about honoring the diversity that exists within all of us, okay? And so it doesn't matter. That's why we need to share our voices, because when we share our voice, people go, oh, that's somebody that I know can support me. I had a friend reach out to me saying, listen, I'm really confused right now. Can you help me? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So I met her. I wasn't going to have a little chit chat online. I met her, we had a coffee, and we shared information and knowledge on the ground, that's happening on the ground, that made us go, yeah, that's why we're feeling this. That's why we're feeling this. She had some information and I had some information, okay? So this is about using your voice. You might not be like me, speaking it out and talking about it online, and that's okay, but please have those conversations with people that you trust and you love, that will honor your voice, okay? That can hear your voice, that will listen to your voice, okay? But again, the word protect came up. Protectress. Protect your voice, okay? Protect your soul essence, because we've got the Shield Nagig over my soul essence card. And then I picked a card from Peregrine Costa's deck. It's the seeds of, I can't remember what the deck's called, but basically the card I picked, people, protection, okay? We need to protect our centers, okay? We need to speak up when it doesn't feel right. This is not a time to be consumed and lose your center, because you will be pushed off on another path. This is a time to have robust conversations, because let me tell you, there are times that I would have been swung one way, but I had a conversation with somebody that would be, a little bit difficult, or made me see a different perspective, okay? We need to hear each other's stories, because then we better understand each other. And it's about the understanding and the supporting of our diverse, ideas, our diverse paths that are going to keep us together collectively, versus, dividing us into two different camps, okay? And that's not healthy. That's not healthy for us, and it's not healthy for the world. Okay, I'm back on. Okay, I'm finishing off. Sorry, I've just had to go on to 4G. Our internet has been really bad this week. We're also having huge shifts. My girlfriend Sarah, who lives in Canada, always watches the Schumann Residence. Huge amounts of light coming in. Huge amounts of light, which are causing us to just kind of go. But we all need to find our center. And this morning, I'm just going to share something else with you. I found... I don't know if I am going to share it, actually. but basically I found an image that I had also painted, and it's very much it's on my business cards. No, I'm going to share it. It's on my business cards, and in fact I had given it to my daughter Georgia, who's in the UK, okay? And I had been sorting through stuff in our old, where we have a lot of storage, and I found it just with some of her stuff, because I've been clearing out some of her stuff and, packing it away into other things. And I had painted this, and it's Nessie in Scotland, okay? And it's surrounded by all the water, but there's just all these, because I'd done it sort of in indigenous style, because it was how I was sort of retraining my brain when I was really sick. It was helping me heal, doing the dots, which is what they do here in Australia. But it's like, can you see how this is your center, and this is all the radio signals around us, it feels like, all the noise around us, And this is what we need to focus on, okay? Nurturing this, nurturing our soul essence, okay? Keeping that strong, holding on to it, finding a practice. If it's walking, it's swimming, it's being in nature, whatever it is, let that fill up that part of you so you know who you are at your soul essence, not within your roles, not in your identity, not in who you are, what you do, where you live, all of that. None of that. That's not what is connecting us at the moment. This is connecting us all. It's our soul essence. It's a belief that we are more than all of that. It's more than all of our identities and our roles and you know, our nations and all of that, okay? It's about collectively joining together, going, we are diverse people, okay? We are so diverse, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can all do different things. It's okay. We can live in unison. It's okay. It's okay. And I don't know what this world is going to be like, but even more, can we dream a world of one where there is you know, peace, and where there is acceptance, and where there is love, where we are one and connected as one. Yes, thank you. Take 5 meditations, where we are one and connected as one. Unity consciousness, where we see the humanity in each of us, okay? Where we're not othering and going, you're wrong and I'm right. Where we go, you know what, that's your perspective. I'm glad that that serves you. This is my perspective, and this is what serves me on my path. There's no right and wrong. It just is, okay? So can we focus on that? So thank you so much if you tuned in live. Lovely to see you. And I'll see you on Monday for a reading. And I don't know how everybody's been feeling, but just to let you know, you're not alone, but protect yourself at this moment in time. Really, really, really shore up. Love transforms everything. Absolutely. Thank you. Lisa. It really does. So, you know, the reading at the beginning of the week was, you know, transforming from fear to love. So how can I, when I have a differing opinion to somebody, how can I still love them? Sometimes it's crying. Sometimes it's crying and weeping and going, God, I wish it was different. I wish it was easier. Okay? Sometimes just cry before you go into judgment and blame and shame and all of that. Just cry. Because that releases that agony of our humanness, which is desperately looking to other somebody. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have a big sob, have a big cry and go, you know what? Not going to do it. That person is on their path, and that's their journey, and I'm on my journey, and that's my path too. And you know, find your practice, do your meditation, whatever that looks like for you. Hold your center, allow ourselves to be vulnerable, open our hearts. Exactly. Which is why I'm doing a live this morning, because when I was trying to record these videos, they just didn't feel right. And I knew that if I show up live, then I will allow myself to share more of myself. I won't edit myself. I'll show you in my confusion and my chaos going, there is no certainty. There's no, follow that path because that's going to lead, because every path has got its at the moment, okay? We're in a fog. We're in a fog. We are in a fog. So we really need to, when you're in a fog, you need to listen to the foghorn. I've got a foghorn that my grandfather and I used to always go. It's one of my most favourite pictures that people are enjoying, that when I show my deck at the moment, people love this. It's the foghorn. My grandfather and I used to go and visit it on our way to get ice cream, okay? And it's in Aberdeen, and it was taken down, but it was called the Tory Coo, because it sounded like a cow, and it was in Tory. And basically my grandfather used to always tell me the tales of, how it is sort of monstrous and scary as it looked. It was actually guiding people. It was guiding people. It was guiding people. And sometimes people are afraid of their own essence. Don't be. It's what guides us, okay? Listen to it, and it gets louder, and it gets louder, and it gets louder. We have to trust it and nurture it and act on it. Anyway, sending you so much love. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Much love.